Okay, estudiantes, this is something totally new. It's called present subjunctive. Subjunctive is actually a mood. So all the tenses we've reviewed thus far this year, right? Present tense, progressives, perfect tenses, future conditional, they've all been indicative mood. We just never told you that because you didn't know that there was any other mood that existed. So the ones you already all know, all the regular tenses we've studied till this point are indicative. Now we're starting subjunctive. So it's a mood which comes with certain extra stuff. Okay, here's your general formula. Okay, so just copy it down. We'll get into it a lot deeper later on, but it is kind of important that you have this general formula to work from. Otherwise it gets real confusing real fast. Okay, examples of subjunctive. Giving you some examples just to get you familiar with the format, but essentially a lot of subjunctive has to do when you or someone is trying to influence the actions of someone else. Okay, here's the nitty-gritty. How do you form the subjunctive? It is very easy. Step 1, you start with the yo form of the verb in the present tense. So I should probably add that in. Presente. You're going to get a ton of examples. Cut off the O, then you add the opposite ending. So here's what you mean. For an AR verb, right, the opposite ending, you would expect them to have A's like we've always done in the past, but that's not. They're opposite. So instead of A's, you got E, ES, E, EMEOS, EN. So A, es, A, amos, N. For ERs and IRs, again, it is completely opposite of what we're used to. A, as, a, amos, an. So again, if your yo form is irregular, and there are a ton of them, right? Present tense, we did a whole thing at the beginning of the year. Tengo, vengo, doy, tons of irregulars, okay? So if your verb has an irregular form like poner, your subjunctive form is going to be weird. So again, here's my process. If I want the to form of poner in the present subjunctive, I start with my yo present tense form, pongo. Step 2, I cut off my O, pong. Step 3, I add my opposite ending. If it's an ER verb, opposite is going to be AS, because again, I'm looking for the to form, pongas. Traer with usted would be traiga. There are my steps. Step 1, yo form. Step 2, cut off the O. Step 3, opposite ending. Same thing with the ZCOs. Traduzco. Okay, cut off the O, opposite ending. So this is, you just got to remember there's a ton of irregular yos. So this is just sort of, again, you don't necessarily need to copy this. Just try and read through it. See if you could come up with the present subjunctive form that I'm looking for here. Give yourself a couple seconds. And then the next page, here are the answers. There you go. If you don't know how we got there, first thing you do when you come to class tomorrow is say, Senora, I don't know what's going on. Walk me through it. Here are your irregulars, okay? The helpful hint is dishes. Because your verbs that are irregular, it's going to be dar, ir, ser, haber, estar, and saber. So together, the first letters of all those words spell dishes. Dar, here's your forms. De, demos, den. Ir, vaya, vayas, vaya, vayamos, vayan. Saber, sepa, 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 sepamos, sepan. Haber, haya, hayas, haya, hayamos, hayan. Estar, esté, estés, esté, estemos, estén. Everything accented except for estemos. Ser, sea, 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 seamos, and sean. Right? Now, cargars ars, that weird spelling change that we sometimes got with preterite, C to QU, G to GU, Z to C, that's going to happen in all my forms in present subjunctive. Buscar, busque, busques, busque, busquemos, busquen. Llegue, llegues, llegue, lleguemos, lleguen. Right? Zars, so Z to C, abrace, abraces, abrace, abracemos, abracen. All the forms. Okay, boot verbs. If it's a stem changer that ends in AR, ER, it'll get a normal stem change in all present subjunctive forms, but nosotros gets nothing. Again, it's a boot verb. So poder, pueda, puedas, pueda, podamos, nothing with nosotros, and then puedan. However, if it's an IR stem changer, it gets the normal stem change, but in nosotros, it'll get a stem change. It's just going to be O to U or E to I. So here we go. Mentir, mienta, mientas, mienta, mientan, but with nosotros, it's E to I. So you get something, it's just not what you should get. Dormir, duerma, duermas, duerma, durmamos, duerman. Okay? It's not super complicated, guys, but it's going to take practice because it's new. Definitely come prepared tomorrow with your questions. Okay? Adios.